Hello, my friends. So I am at my parents' house in El Paso and decided to go ahead and record the training just in case. My husband and I have appliances being delivered instead of the 15th. Now they're on the 31st, which is tomorrow. And so I might have to be driving home in a little bit during meeting. Thank God a couple parties rescheduled. So I'm going to record our meeting right here. Okay, so same thing. um, watch this, and it's going to be like a YouTube video. So maybe you might want a piece of paper and be writing down some like comments or questions that I give you to put because it's not quite like live broadcasting. Okay. I could probably do a watch party. Let me see if I can be that creative. Watch party so that everybody could watch it and comment at the normal time. If that's not happening, just comment below our normal things um, and questions and all that because I go back and I read it while I do the drawing. Okay. So I should be back in Hobbs tomorrow, which is good because that means I can do our normal drawings like I do tomorrow for participation. So be sure to comment at all. We'll put you in the participation one. And then if you'll tell me your sales. So let's just go ahead and say that. I would like to know your sales for the week. So last Tuesday after the meeting to this meeting right now, whatever you sold, and then maybe without tax. So for example, I'm getting my drink. So for example, if you sold 350, you would not include the $20 tax or whatever. Okay. Then I would love to know um, how many messages you sent out. And Roxanne, our leader, would probably, I was going to say roll around in her grave. Roxanne, I'm sorry if you're watching this. You would not do that. It's so like not old school. It's so Mary Kay to either in person, which Bilia would be so good at that. She is like so in person, and or call people before you email or text people. But right now we're doing great with the virtual like texting. The responses is pretty high. So I'm just saying that, but just so you guys know, it's always going to be our standard to when you can, like see people and invite them to stuff and talk to them too. Which is what our training is today, which is pretty fun. Like actually like warm chatting about Mary Kay with people. So I'm excited about that. That's your training that's about to happen. Um, by the way, I have a lot of trainings coming up that I'm so excited about. We're going to do what in-person facials and parties look like in the setup once I'm back home. I'm like not traveling for a month. I'm excited. And then we've got one on recruiting. A lot of you guys, if you're past your first 6 sharings, I'll be whispering in your ear like something fun that Christy always says that you should say here, or something fun that Roxanne says, like, oh, by the way, did I tell you about this? Oh, by the way, there's a fun event coming up. I forgot what she calls it. Roxanne, if you see this, remind me what you call it. It's like the Jumbo Gumbo, whatever that guy is from an old store. Like, oh, by the way, like that's the best way to introduce a thought without feeling like pushy. Like, oh, by the way, like I know you used a lot of Mary Kay. Have you ever thought about doing Mary Kay for like as a savvy shopper? Oh, by the way, like you're so fun. Have you ever thought about like hosting a party with me? Anyway, so I'll teach you like cool things that they have said that helped me do recruiting in a really chill, nonchalant way. So those are some trainings coming up I'm excited about. Let me show you participation prizes for this meeting. This is so silly, but I decided I wanted to do some of my favorite things. I was telling Stephanie because I bought myself some and I bought you guys some. It's rosemary and mint. I was at an Airbnb January, right before COVID, so a year ago, and the Airbnb with Lila, it was horrible. She would not sleep. She was like 6 months old. She was 6 months old and was not sleeping. And there was like a duplex. There was someone right next to me. I was like, but the best part that came out of that not sleeping night was I took a shower or a bath, probably with her in the middle of the night. I don't know. And my hair was so soft. And so I went to Target right after with Heather. Heather was with me, Harrison, and bought it. And that I tried at the Airbnb. It's like $4. So if you get hooked on it, it's like $4. I do like Win also that my mom uses. So I'll like use Win in there as well. I'm usually like get real greasy, so it keeps me from being Like I like it. It's like you only have to like wash your hair every 3 days and don't get greasy. Anyways, TMI. But this is one of our things. And then I've got one more, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, this and one more. Yeah. I don't know which ones are weekly challenges. I kind of want to do all these three for the weekly challenge. So let me just say for the weekly challenge, there's this. I think it's like a business card holder, but it's from Mary Kay in their like red collection to be red jackets. I found the rest of my stash of these and actually ordered some more. But the leopard one is so fun. Lana, I think you probably already have this one. So that's going to be part of the weekly challenge. And this pen. So they were just so cute. So that's our weekly challenge, which I'll give you right at the end of the training, okay? So let's go ahead and do a Hydra session. And probably with the, well, yeah, let's just do Hydra session. Giveaway with my favorites for being a participant this time. So I hope you guys are liking that. Not having to mail samples to your people for some of our group things that we're doing together. Oh no. Okay. All right. So anyways, those are our little giveaways. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's do a few announcements and kind of recaps on where we've been. Let's do STAR. So I have just heard things about this STAR quarter. Let me see if this is the past one. Sorry. Let me make sure we're in the right quarter. Nope. That's the old one. I have heard, and I don't know why I feel like I haven't seen it, that the STAR prizes are amazing this quarter. And what's really amazing is a lot of you guys are really high in your sales and production. So good job. And for our past weekly challenge, which is the flawless set, and I think everybody is getting candy from me that gets a prize. And if you watch that video on how to do the bubble chart thing, sorry, I'm seeing if I have mine in front of me. I do. Little bubble chart. She goes my bubble chart. Woo! I love this little bubble chart. The blue pen is what you get. So your weekly challenge for this past week for all of that was, and you guys have already commented if you did it. If you want to comment below too, if you didn't see the post, a lot of you guys have watched the video. But this is so cool, y'all. I said, how do we get to 17,000? And I wrote down you guys finishing your Spark jewelry. So congratulations, Lana's 100 away. She told me she's about to finish it. Angelique just finished it. I think there's a couple more that you guys are about to finish it. Y'all, that puts you like on target to hit STAR. So that's awesome. I probably need to put a bubble here for like tracking actual stars, like how many stars. Let me put STAR bubble. So this just helps me know like what are all the ways that all of us as a team can hit 17,000, which is Cadillac production. By the way, we're already at like 87,000 without everybody finishing their Spark jewelry. I have 400 more to hit on target for the Mary Kay's National Quarter Sales. By the end of this third quarter, I have to find 400 more. So I'm like, okay, retinol. I'm going to text more people about retinol or something. So that's my goal for tomorrow. So anyways, you can do all these things to find out how you can hit your 600 jewelry. So that's a lot of y'all's goals. I know Lana and Stephanie, Lorena's is, and hers is a sales goal, 2,400. And so you can write down Hydra Session facial. I want to invite 4 people to it this month. Y'all, I don't know if you guys seen, but our averages for individual facials at that are probably like 50 or $75 a person when you bring someone to that. So you could say, okay, Hydra Session, I'm going to have 5 people to that. That's $250 in sales, towards my Spark jewelry. And then you can say, I'm going to do 2 virtual parties. My virtual parties are probably 150 or 200. So you can say, well, that's another, let's say 300. If I have 2 virtual parties and I bring 4 people to Hydra Session, that's already, 500. That's like 550 in sales so far. Okay. And then you're like, I'm going to take this basket of products that are last season, or whatever. You're like, I've got a couple bronzing sticks and lip kits. I'm going to take these around and show people, whatever. So, and then advanced color. I'm going to have a couple girls come to color. I'm going to do some sharing appointments because that's a 50% off item. Y'all, You share with 5 people and they order something half off, that's another 150 wholesale, just in ordering of products that you get to order. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. Thank you for sending that to me with your goal. Extra bonus points if you send me a picture of your goal, and that would also mean that you have finished this money bag. If you haven't told me, sent me a picture yet from last week challenge. If you haven't sent me a picture yet and told me if you want the gold bag that says love or the Shine Bright bag that says, or sorry, the silver bag that says Shine Bright, let me know, and I'll continue to pop your guys' goals in there. So here's one last recap before we do our training. I think I need to give you a few more dates for announcements too. I'll come to that. Is we just trained about kind of like having your, this sounds so funny, but Lonnie, she's like from Michigan. She says her poop in a group, having your poop in a group. I gave everybody this bag a couple weeks ago. If you messaged 10 people or 12 people or whatever that goal was. So I just texted y'all to make sure you've gotten this bag. If you haven't gotten this bag yet, you might have several other cute bags. I know Lorena and Stephanie just earned another tote. I have a bag for my work bag. Sometimes I have a bag for my deliveries. Sometimes I have a bag in my car with catalogs and like giveaways like this and little samples or goodies or whatever. And like that's like my in the car office or whatever. So that's just what we've been doing is putting our money bag. You might want 2 of these, 2 different bags where you just it's nice to have one on you all the time should somebody make an order. And so I've got them for if somebody makes an order. There's a pen in there, and also my cash and checks will go in there when people give me money. I'm like wondering how much money I have here. Okay, towards my order. I need to make a $400 order to finish my goal. Anyways, so we've been doing that. I also gave everybody that commented after the fact, after I showed this, I said, I have some ready for you guys. There's a pen in there with one of these clear or mesh bags where you can put a highlighter. I have a little portable charger in there. Earphones would be good to have in there. I just finally started like traveling and not being at my house all the time. So I was like, oh, I need a go bag too. So if you're out and about but you want to make calls somewhere for 30 minutes, Candace on our team, she sits for 30 minutes in her car before her kid comes out from, cheer or not cheer, whatever practice. So it's just nice to have a little go bag. Date book would be good to go in there. Always a phone charger. So those are the things that we've just been talking about that I like to do over the last little while. Let me give you guys some dates before we do our training, okay? I need to put my bubble sheet in front of me somewhere. I put it in my journal. That's where I strategize in the morning. Noise machine. Packing list. Okay. So before we start training, let's do a couple of dates. April 6th. So that is next Tuesday. Is our advanced color. I would get these out today or tomorrow to people. If you need me to, I do it for $4 and I will be in town tomorrow, which would be a good day to get them to get there for sure in time. And I put a matte sample and CC cream in there. So just a reminder what's in there. I do have a list printed of what to put in there, and yours can totally be different. You might just tell me ahead of time what is and isn't in there, so I'm not like, you should have this in your bag, but you might have, like for example, this time I forgot to put skincare in mine. I probably put it in yours, Lana, but in mine, I forgot to put skincare. So I've got foundation primer, so I'll just tell them, if you have our cleanser and moisturizer, let's put that on before we start. Great. Now let's do foundation primer. Great. If you happen to have your own finishing spray, you can put that in between. I'm just giving little tips as I go through stuff. Anyways, a lot of stuff we just can't sample. I do have in here, as far as paperwork goes, a standard eye chart. Oops, standard eye. Because it's really cool if you just learn how to do the basic eye shape to know, oh, if you're hooded, you just have to go higher with the colors or you won't see them. Or if you're deep set, you can't put the dark one in here. It has to stay light in there. Oh, if you're wide set, your light color goes in here and your dark doesn't go as far in, anyways. I'll have to really remember to do eye shapes again. That was fun on one of the first ones we did. I have a little closing sheet. You always want to have a set sheet, okay? And just a little like side training warning. Don't do a set sheet or a discount. Don't do a discount and freebies at the same time, okay? Pick one. Because if you bring them to the group things, I'll have the freebies for you guys. So don't have to worry about that. But if you do like a discount and then they get this free, you'll end up instead of giving a 20% discount and making 30%, you'll end up making 10% or something, you know? So pick one to do, but if I already have the group going, you don't have to usually do one in addition, okay? So what I have is like just a flawless face and like skin, flawless face set, and I give them the blending brush. Does it say for me? Oh wait, hold on. There's something for me. Let me tell you guys what it is really quick. I give them the blending brush. Let me see. Buy a set and the corresponding brush or eye corrector, under eye corrector free from me. So I really want the under eye corrector in there somewhere. Buy 3 sets and get the brush collection half off and finishing spray from your consultants. So you're going to give them, when they buy 3 sets, a brush set half off, which doesn't cost you anything, and a finishing spray for free. So that means they've got all the things that we're going to talk about. Okay, so there's a skincare set, there's a brow set, there's a little color palette with with contour. So there's a contour set depending on which way we do it with the contour brush free. There's a lip set, and then there's an all about eyes set. Okay, and they can kind of mix and match things too. So that goes in there. I made these all as images. You can print them really easy or find them. I can send them to you really easy. And this is another image that I made where we say, hey, and if you will be a virtual hostess for us, you'll also go into our big drawing. So be sure on all these events still to ask the 3 questions. I'm going to mention it 3 times, 15 million times. That's what I love about bingo. You are forced to ask them the 3-party questions to help them bingo because they don't know or remember or didn't pay attention while I was talking. All the different ways to bingo, or in their head they were like, virtual event sounds okay, but they didn't tell you or they didn't write it down or they didn't comment. But if you ask them the 3 questions while you're saying, hey, for the bingo, did you want to come to that? Advanced color Mindy talked about, that'll be a square. The next one's April 6th. I'll send you samples. Oh, did you want to watch that video Mindy said she was going to post and answer the 5 questions? That'll be a square. And don't feel like you're like pushy or whatever because you're helping them get a prize. Like there's something in it for them. It's not, even though you could get something out of it, she could get a lot out of it too, So here's my plug. Okay. So now, sorry, I got distracted. The rest of the things that are in the bag, I have foundation primer, CC cream, and or matte foundation, a mini mascara, an eyeliner, whatever color, a lip liner, I like medium nude, a lip gloss sample. I'm just starting to throw a lip gloss sample in them. The color card, I like the one for green eyes with the mauve colors. There's pretty colors that people are just going to want because they're pretty, A deep brown pencil for them to really lightly maybe do some brows and practice that because that's important to teach them in color. Crystalline and hazelnut eyeshadows are really great. Contour the face colors, a matte contour, and a really shimmery, pretty highlighter powder. So, and then I do have an applicator in there. We could tell them to grab a cotton ball or something would be good to help them apply their cheeks. So, there you go. April 6th. April 20th is Hydro Session. Again, I can mail them for $4, which probably saves you a load of money. Register for career conference. Everybody who's told me that they've registered, except for someone just told me today, Belia, I think she said she's registered. Get your Tumblr. You should already have your Tumblr mailed to you. You probably already have it. If you haven't gotten it yet and you've registered for April 23rd to 24th career conference, register now for your Tumblr. Even if you've already gotten one in the past, Marissa has gone in the past and mailed her a new one. So we're kind of all going through the new consultant prizes again to get to re-earn them. All right, let's do some training, I think. Let me see. Weekly. Oh, I told you guys how we're doing this month too. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about warm chatting. And I already mentioned this before, but I really wanted to do like a series on booking. Like I still haven't even taught you guys how to call referrals, which is my thing. Like that's like the one way I've built my business is when I do parties or facials, I get referrals from people of their friends that they think would enjoy doing what we do, and I call them and I say, "Hey, hi, my name's Mindy. You don't know me yet, but I know your friend, but Leah, and she had a facial with me recently. She loved it, and I asked her for some names and numbers of her friends that she thought would enjoy a free facial too. It's a free facial, microdermabrasion treatment, color consultation, and a gift card, and she picked you on her list. Congratulations!" And then they're like, "Oh." And then I'm like, "So, have you ever tried Mary Kay before?" That will help me know if she has a consultant or not. Anyways, what's best for you? It's just like peppy fun. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that and getting referrals at appointments. Right now, let me just tell you guys a side thought. We're kind of getting referrals at these virtual parties that we do because all of her friends that she invited to the group, if they didn't participate, those are basically referrals, people that we could reach out to with a message in the future. So you just keep collecting those parties. Don't delete the groups. So you can go back and say, "Hey, this is so silly, but you were a part of Sophia's party, and I know you didn't get to play a whole lot, but I'm reaching out to all the girls that were part of the parties and giving a free mascara to everybody who was a part of the party. Um, if you do a virtual party with me, and I can send you some samples to play along, would you be a virtual? I just added the sample thing opposite. I'm just saying we've got people to book from every party that we've done too, so that's really exciting. So that's another one of my things I've actually been writing down in my journal. I've just been writing down the trainings and adding stuff to them because I've got so many fun things I want to train on. So I'm excited for those. Okay, let me think. One more thing. When you're a star, just remember you get to go to the Rustic Brush as our next star party, kind of like the 20s one. If you're not in town, you will be given a gift card to a place like that in your town to maybe go with a girl, a girlfriend or a kid. I think it would be so fun to take my daughter to do something like that soon. Not quite yet, probably. She's barely using markers. I don't know. But I just talked to Heather today, and her husband's favorite place to have, appetizers and a quick date because Lorena, her husband, and I also got to stay after and have another, um, mocktail together and hang out. So I'm giving them a little gift card for a hangout time. So I'll make sure if you live out of town that it's still fun for you. But that is our next one, a Rustic Brush. Don't have the date yet. I think Roxanne is traveling, so she didn't have her date book. I'm talking too fast to get excited. Okay, so I called this one. Oh yeah, sorry, one more thing. If you haven't done your total number of people you reached out to, text or whatever, got really on a tangent. For your queens of the week. So your sales for the week, how many people you messaged or reached out to, even if it was verbal or text or whatever, how many people said yes and that you booked a time with, those would be a booking. How many people you shared the business with. I know Lana and I from Bingo got to share with a girl who was like a bingo away from being in the Bougie Bingo bundle and who won it. That's awesome. Paige won it. And any new team members that you added, you would be our queens for the week. Parties that you did and faces. Faces is if you ask them all 3 questions. So go ahead and post those as well. Okay. Prepared for business, warm chat. Okay, so I'm like really hesitant, I'll be honest, to say this one, but I'm getting like better at it because I have preferred to build my business not by chatting with people all around me, which Mary Kay said, if there's like a person within 3 feet of you, like chat with them and then you could totally talk about Mary Kay in a way as well. So if you guys have a new consultant pin that you get or a Mary Kay pin, you're supposed to put that pin on and turn it upside down because it will bug. Like 90% of women to have an upside down pin on like in front of them, or like if someone has a hair in front of you, like I have to like pull it off. It's really crazy, but some people are like that. I'm like that. So it'll bug them. It'll be like, oh, your pin. It's like they have to turn it anyway. So that's a good way to hit on chicks, is what I call it. Pick up chicks. Um, this is just like talking to women out and about. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna tell you like just some of the other ways to do it. Sorry, I think the dogs just came in without my mom. Oh, there they are. Did you take pictures? Come here, let me show. You guys have to see this cute dress we got for Easter that didn't come in time for our pictures. Come show them your dress. Oh my goodness, girl. You are so pretty. Does your hair get a little crazy? Can you say hi, Mommy's friends? There's Heather and Stephanie. Say hi. You're gonna go. Hey, Lulu, do you want to go in the car for a second with her? Want to do the car for a second? Just a little bit outside for a second while he's sleeping. I can watch him if you feel like it. Take her in her car for a walk. Okay. So they just took pictures. My mom has some really pretty, like really tall, kind of flowery shoots of something out there. So you will see those. We took them the other day too in other outfits. I bought her like 5 Easter dresses. Okay. Lubbock has good. Uh-oh, Lulu. No. She's playing with your mouse. All right. I'm so sorry. Okay. So training. Okay. Will you take her though so I can keep recording? I'm like live training. Okay. This is also good because I'm on my way home and my nanny, she goes, that I'm recording this. Even if I came home tonight, she goes, oh, I thought you were gone till Easter. I'm like, no, we're like, we're like Jewish by blood here. We're like, we don't really just like get that all into it that I'm gonna be gone for a week just for Easter. Anyways, it's gonna be rough with no nanny for 4 days. She left him. It's okay. She's life too. Okay, sorry, I'm focusing. So being prepared for business. So when you're out and about, kind of listening to what Mary Kay said and talking to women, I'm going to tell you like some general tips out there. I'm going to tell you what I like. So let's start with, if you're taking notes, what is warm chatting? Warm chat. Basically, it's talking to like new people and making new friends. Okay. And you're just like chatting. Like, how many people do you chat with? And you're like, oh my gosh, she was so nice. So out of that, she was so nice. I like to collect people and I would love to get to know her, right? So every once in a while, and I'm talking like just in Lubbock recently, okay? Every once in a while, there's one that I'll talk to about like how on earth she has taken her babies. And there was just one baby at that time and only one baby. Like I was like pregnant with Lila and this girl was like shopping with her baby and just like carrying her. And I'm like, oh, that's smart. You can still push a cart because you're carrying your baby. Anyway, so I talked to her and she happened to like want my number and we got to like chat and be friends and she ended up giving me boxes for moving and a jumper for Lila. Like we became friends, right? But sometimes there's not a way to like really connect that way. Bye. Bubba's sleeping. They're going on a walk. Um, I love Mary Kay for that. And I love, starting that conversation like, hey, this is so strange. I used to say, I haven't said this in a while, but it's so strange, but I hit on chicks, or I hit on chicks that are like really nice. Like I say something really awkward because it's that awkward to me already. Anyways, what is warm chat? Talking to new people or friends. Hi, Simon. Sorry, he needs attention sometimes. For example, a sweet woman at a grocery store or like your favorite shop, someone that's just like really nice, you know? So I've collected 2, 3, even on selling stuff on whatever, marketplace. I've got like 5 friends in Hobbs because of that, you know? But for me, if I didn't like use Mary Kay to give them samples or give them a facial or chat with them, I wouldn't have ever gotten to know them, you know? Let's see. Sweet woman at a grocery store, someone you potentially, yeah. Okay. What is our goal? So a warm chat is just someone sweet out there. You made eye contact, you started chatting, and I will say I kind of let it be natural. This is into the training part. I get nervous I'm gonna forget to say something later, so I'm adding this would be a future thing of how I do it. I like it to be natural because usually someone's gonna be like, hey, tell me about yourself, or what do you do, or what do you do in town, or what's your role in our community, and then I mentioned Mary Kay, Um, I also like to use these gifts. So sorry, I'll come back to that. What is our goal? Our goal is it kind of depends. There's kind of like a mission in Mary Kay. If Mary Kay has been a blessing in your life, this is what I say at all my like in-person facials. Um, when I'm like seeing if they'll watch the video for me. But just in general, if Mary Kay's been a blessing to you, if the products have changed your skin, if the opportunity has encouraged you, made you feel better, given you a sisterhood, given you some fun, given you something besides, which we love this, being a mom and taking care of your home and taking care of your husband, and just giving you, whether it's a little bit of a hobby or a small business or a big business or whatever, okay? If it's given you something, and Mary Kay's, philosophy is enriching women's lives, if it's enriched your life in some way, then maybe you should share that. And so there's a lot of people that are like, hey, if you're not telling people about this, if you're not, for example, warm chatting or offering the opportunity or whatever, that you're like withholding from people something. And I think about that a lot. Like when I don't talk to somebody, I'm like, oh, what if she really, what if she needs something like this, And I will guarantee most women need community, most women need friends and someone nice and encouraging to them, right? I think. Okay. Definitely everybody needs a skincare. Um, okay, so what is our goal? Leads, like you're just meeting people to possibly facial them, get to bless them, get to know them in some way. So you're using Mary Kay to get to know them, to bless their lives with you. For some of us, you're like using Mary Kay to bless them to know Jesus. I don't know if you guys saw that on Voxer. Um, Mary Kay's assistant, like forever, was not a Christian, and she's part of the tour. If you go to Seminar Incorporate, you often will go to do a tour around conferences there. Um, and you get to see her assistant's office and the story. There's like a story of her assistant was how she came to know Jesus because of who Mary Kay the lady was. So some people, Jan Thetford will say, some people will not darken the door of a church, but they will go to a facial. So you guys will notice I get to share my story and how Jesus has completely rocked my socks off and not only saved me for eternity, but right here, right now, has completely like transformed and renewed my mind and my life, like promised, So, um, we're gonna get out of ourselves and meet people. Something I really feel like God told me when I was too afraid to do like in-person parties, I would invite like 5 referrals that I got to one time at my house and do a big party, which is great. That's still a party. It's still the same amount of numbers, like 200 in sales, 2 bookings, and a couple people listening about the business and probably a team member, okay? But I wasn't asking one of those 5 people that are at the party. I wasn't asking each one to throw a party, introduce me to their friends, which would have been 5 more parties. Um, I mean, I did ask them for their second appointment if they want to bring a few friends, but I just wasn't bold enough to think that someone would want to, like, I didn't, I guess, originally ask them. I asked them, come bring a friend. But I didn't say, hey, would you like to have like 5 friends and get a free mascara for me for sending an invite out to about 15 girls so 5 can come? Like, I wasn't bold enough back then. I have been for like the last like maybe 7 years. But my first like 8 years in Mary Kay, I didn't think someone would want to take the time to be with me for 2 hours in a group of their friends. Anyway, so one thing I really feel like God showed me is that I'm a blessing, that you're a blessing, that there's something about you that these women need to see and feel and be around. And my biggest compliment I think I ever got, Crescencia, who's Laura's sister-in-law, it was at one of Crescencia's parties. When I started doing parties with a girl and all her friends, one of her friends at the party, there was like 5 or 6 people there, said, "Y'all, I've never really liked girls. This is really nice." Like it changes their lives to be around a table with a group of women and be able to like breathe for a second. It's such a they don't you might not feel it at first. I love the in-person parties because they're able to let their hair down, laugh a little bit, have fun. You know, it's just beautiful around the kitchen table experience. So you will see that soon as we train on that next, and we're now opening up back our Mary Kay World. So our goal is to have leads to facial bless, get to know people to bless with Mary Kay for whatever their need is. Friends, y'all, you guys don't understand how many of my friends, so a lot of my like best closest friends I've known for 17 years, because of like Jesus and church stuff. And they, of course, a lot of them are customers and some are on our team too. Um, However, I would not be close to Tiffany Parsley, one of my besties, even though we went to the same church and went on a mission trip together, if it wasn't for Mary Kay. We wouldn't be like tied to see each other and have a weekly way to bond and get close to people. Um, so a lot of my friends are my customers that I get to chat with and know on an intimate level and pray with through stuff. And then your team, you get even closer than your customers to your team. So sometimes I want people to be on my team just so I know I'm going to see them more than once every 3 months. Um, and then it also, another goal, it might introduce you to someone who needs words we like, sorry, who needs something. I don't know what that is. Okay. What do you need to have? And this is specifically sharing Mary Kay, probably in general, right? Like our 10 messages a week that we're doing and reaching out to people just slow and steady, consistent. Um, this is kind of being out and about, okay? So I will tell you, this is so funny, but most people that are warm chatting, they're like, when I was warm chatting, or I saw the cutest lady and I had the best conversation, but I had a hat on and no makeup. And so sometimes you might feel like you don't want to talk to people at that point. And some people don't bring up Mary Kay because they're like, I am not very Mary Kay cute. Honestly, if you're wearing your Mary Kay pin, you might want to be kind of cutish. I have met people that became customers just by wearing my Mary Kay pin. Okay, so that's awesome. However, they might not approach you if you're wearing your Mary Kay pin and you don't look as cute. But I will still talk to somebody that I really am enjoying about Mary Kay, even if I'm not all cuted up. But you will hear it said that you might want to be a little cuted up. Sorry, I'm really liking my haircut. I told her to go from like shorter to longer, and she did. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. Okay, so what you need to have. Okay, so I wrote down words that you like. Words that you like. So let me just kind of talk out loud on the most recent ones that I've done. Very recently, I've given out almost every time that I'm out and about, I'll have 2 or 3 of these made on me, and I'll say, hey, so this is kind of silly, but I like to give out a couple of gifts or one gift or whatever my goal is whenever I'm out and about. I've done Mary Kay for 15 years. I teach skincare and color for free. There is a gift card and some little mini samples in there for you. But there's a gift card, and lately I've been saying you can spend it on my website because then you'll have her contact info probably. And to get the gift card, she'll have to reach out to you. There's not just like a gift card promo code, I don't think. Or I could totally give you samples to try something you've been needing, like a foundation. So that's what I've been saying lately. So I like to give this out to when I'm out and about to somebody. So what you're doing, who you are. Let me write down what you're doing, who you are. I teach skincare and color with Mary Kay. and I have what's in it, or let's say what she gets. I have a gift card in here with a mini lip gloss, and the gift card is for you to spend on something that you're needing. You can totally order on my website. I'll show you guys what's in here in a second. Um, or I can give you samples towards something that you're really needing, like a foundation, and match your foundation. Okay, so that's what I'm telling them, and they're like, "Oh, that's so sweet." So here's so on your list of what you need to have, I have enthusiasm, contact information like a business card, etc. Some way for her to contact you. So I actually didn't have a business card when I made this one, but if you live in Lubbock area, Office Max gives us, and I don't live there anymore, but I still can use it if I go around there, like a 60% off. So I had them make something for me. So let me show you what they open. So I have this little bag, and then I just went to Target one day. I had this kind of vision of this really pretty. So I have some other ones that are like more of a shiny red, but I just wanted it to feel kind of like special, when I opened it. Oh, it does open really cute, special. Okay, so it has a mini lip gloss, a candy. I wonder if these candies are getting hard. And then it says, "Enjoy your gift." Mindy Gray, independent beauty consultant. So I had them laminate these, y'all. I did at least 200, and it's probably like $10 at the end because of the big discount that we get. Oh, and the other side says, "Enjoy your gift and more free." And I can totally give you this. I know Shara asked for it recently. "I would love your opinion on some opinion of your product. Enjoy with your gift a free facial, microdermabrasion treatment, color consultation, and a gift card. When you schedule with me, you can choose in person, on the go, or virtually." That's so funny. Yeah, I was already living in Hops. Good. And then I also have a listen for a free full-size lip gloss, like little video to watch on there. Because that's how, y'all, this is so crazy. Did you guys know that's how I signed up for Mary Kay? Is I was a waitress, and she gave me a business card that said, "Listen for a lip gloss." And I listened, and I called her. So I wanted to include that in mine in there. Okay, so here's your choices. Once you say all that and you give her that, your choices are to run away. Here you go, here's a gift. And that's what I do sometimes. And I hope they'll call me. Chances are not as high that they'll call you unless you actually have a little bit more of a conversation, okay? Sorry, I put this back together. So a little bit more of a conversation would be, give me your name and number. I'll text you to get you some samples, or to pick a time that might work for us, especially if you've been chatting with her for more. I like it when it's kind of an organic conversation where you keep talking about other things, or you started talking about other stuff and you just start to mention Mary Kay. So another tool, what you need is to have a way to get her contact info. So on your cell phone, you'll write down her info. You might have a note in your phone for warm chat people that you meet. You might go ahead and text her immediately. "Hey, this is Mindy." A lot of people have a digital business card where you have something like that you just text her, and it has your name and your info on it, so she can save you. And then while you're at it, like, "Hey, so let me get your info too." Well, you have it when you text her. So that's probably the best way to get her info. Some people know when they're working and immediately schedule her. You can say, "Hey, so I kind of work on Tuesday nights. What if you know, faces up there. What if I get you some samples, or what if I go ahead and put you on my schedule for you to spend your gift card at like a little virtual event, and you can have, this is kind of funny when you say you can have up to 6 friends. They're like, "Oh, you can have up to 6 friends, come with you. What about like a Tuesday night? Does that work?" Like, you can go straight into booking her. And if you remember from booking trainings, you don't say, "I know you want to," and sometimes I do. You don't say, "Are you interested in that at all?" Or that actually sounds kind of good. "Would that be something you want to do?" You just say, "What if I put you on a Tuesday night?" Like, nonchalant. "Hey," like Roxanne's little thing, like, "Hey, what about if I put you on like a Tuesday night? That's when I usually do appointments, and we can I can show you, you know, some of the main things that you might want to spend your gift card on. That sounds really good. I'm gonna write that down. Show you some faves to spend your gift card on. So that might be a way to do like a fun, you know, like posting and interacting with her appointment, and she can also bring friends, kind of coach her into bringing more friends. So you can go ahead and immediately book her, which is kind of fun. So I was going to tell you a story of a director friend. So I have a friend named Holly. She's actually like a cousin or something of Roxanne. The only way she built her business was warm chatting. So every time she went grocery shopping, she found a couple cute girls that she would chat, and she just was so comfortable and bold to just talk to women and give them a compliment, chat with them for a second, and be like, you know what? I do facials with Mary Kay, and I would love for you to be one of my face models every Wednesday night. I have you know, a facial time with some women, and I would love for you to be one of my face models. What's better for you, this Wednesday or next Wednesday? And they're so flattered, and she's so cute and confident, and she gets to meet a new person. They get to have a friend. She said that even though Wednesday's like church night, she has no problems booking Wednesdays. So warm chat is just another way to meet people. And I just want to challenge you to just get a little comfortable with it. I like to give a little something. Um, and I just had those all made in a couple hour time. You know, I actually had somebody made it, of course, but you could sit around for a couple hours with a kid or pay a kid as a tax write-off to put stuff in bags and, you know, put a little bow on it. Um, yeah, so I just want to teach you guys about that skill. And some people on our team, like Heather Harrison, one of my friends, Amy, are so good at meeting people. They meet people all the time and chat all the time. And so it's just so natural for them to invite them to do Mary Kay with them. Okay. And some people, that's not natural. It's not natural for me. I meet people all the time and I chat, but talking about Mary Kay is hard for me. So I've learned two things. One, I get sad that I'm never going to talk to that person again. I do. I don't know why. It's kind of weird and clingy probably, but I want to know them. You know, like, or I might see them one day again 3 years later in this town, but you know, so that is genuine for me. You know, like I like to collect people, you know, to say something silly like that. Um and then also giving a gift. And I want people to know about Mary Kay. And so I'm like, hey, and I've been saying, honestly, I've been saying there's a $25 gift card in there, which that $25 gift card could be for her to spend, you know, when she picks a date with you. I said on my website, because then I have her info, and then I can work her into other things like um, I can make sure that the products are good, and I have her info to follow up. And then when I follow up with her, I can ask her what else she's been wanting to try that I can send her samples of, invite her to Hydra Session or whatever, or I can invite her to a party for if she wants to double her gift card or something. I can invite her to have a little party to have more friends with her. So um, another way to meet people. Okay, so let me see. Uh, weekly challenge. Okay. Peace message. Okay, so let me tell you guys your weekly challenges for the week for these things. I hear my boy crying, and we are 10 minutes early. You're welcome. So for this week's weekly challenge, and I'll do the drawings probably tomorrow. I'll be back in town. Message 10 people with the virtual party script. I'm gonna stay on that, y'all, for a while because I need to stay on it for myself. I think virtual parties, and even starting to be in-person parties are going to be our bread and butter, where we have one a week, two a week, three a week, whatever our kind of thing is that we just always do, because that's 5 or 6 people at a time that get to purchase and listen about the business and book for your future, okay? And then once a month, Hydra Session, and once a month color, I like to use as a layer to get them onto skincare more and to get them onto color more. Um, but you meet a bigger amount of people to book, sell, and recruit from parties. You know, if you're just doing Hydra Session and color, then you'll have 4 or 5 people Hydra Session a month, 4 or 5 people color, a month, and that's like you did 2 parties, which is good. But what if you booked parties and had at least one a week, plus spinned them off to layer them into color? Then you're having like 6 parties a week, 6 parties a month. Very steady, not too much, I don't think. You choose however much you can handle of the, once a week parties or whatever. I'll be honest, I'm at like 2 and maybe a debut. Like that's all I can handle. It's not like a massive amount. I don't think. That's all I can handle. I could handle more, but that's what I'm choosing so that I have a lot of peace in my home. Remember, that's my word for the year. A lot of peace in my home life and time with kids, and I don't get too stressed with too much to have to do. I can handle that really well. Um, so yeah, so that's our weekly challenge, and I'll post that with what I say for my virtual party booking script. Um, make yourself warm chat ready is another part. So catalogs in your car. Just have some catalogs because somebody's gonna say, "Do you have a book?" Yeah, I have a book. Here you go. Hey, can I get your info to see, or to send you some samples too? So catalog, ability to get her info, way to give your info, which I'm going to talk about one last thing, some catalog or some business card, how you can earn them from me in a second. Something to give. If you have a gift, I do mini lip gloss, or you could have one of your like color swag bags with the mini mascara and the color card, the green color card. You might like, I give everybody a little swag bag and there's a little gift card in there, and on the back of your business card, you could write down $25 gift card, text me at this number or whatever. I just heard someone say that if someone ordered on their website, they got the gift card that way. And so now in this virtual age, it's a good way to just go to my website. Okay. Uh, way to give your info, something to give in a script. Invite to something fun that I do. Like there's a little gift in here, and in it is a gift card for a fun little like advanced like deep facial thing I do virtually or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to look about making this a watch party on my notes. And then there's one more challenge. Do you guys remember we talked like 2 weeks ago? I wrote it down here. Free business cards for 5 sharings. Um, and then the queen, whoever got at least 2 team members, towards our goal of having 10 new people a month and $100 cash giveaway to each of to a recruiter and a new consultant. The queen would get a Mary Kay beauty coat from me. So 5 sharings for free business cards from me I wanted to talk about. And let's say that that's starting this month of April, because I wanted to give us a little bit of time. So 5 sharings. So here's your challenge, is to just start writing down right now 5 friends who haven't listened yet that would help you with a challenge to watch a video and do 5 dream session is what I call them, questions with us. So I want you to write down some friends that preferably I like if someone has tried Mary Kay before, because then they know what an amazing product it is. So 5 friends that maybe haven't listened yet, that hopefully have tried Mary Kay a little bit. If they haven't, then maybe those could be part of the 10 that you message. And Stephanie, I might even use your script, Stephanie. Stephanie made a good script that was like, by the way, I'm doing Mary Kay, and you get a free mascara when you let me practice a virtual party with you. And then it also says, and go ahead and click here to join my customer group if you want to be kind of a part of that and follow along with what I'm doing. Anyways, it does not say that, but it's something, the outline of it is similar. But you might want to book them and do something with them this month before you do the video with them too, if you want to. So anyways, let me know once you have a list of 5 friends. I'll just say that's your challenge. I'm gonna write that down. A list of 5 friends that haven't listened that would help you with a challenge. So that's gonna be your business cards and probably your next pearls if you haven't finished those yet. Okay, Hope you guys have a lovely week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for our drawings. Let me know if you need anything. Comment below.